What is going on, everybody? My name is Aero, and we are back here on Assetto Corsa for another really interesting track mods. A lot of you know I'm a big Forza fan. I've been a big Forza fan in the past, and especially for like the older motorsport games as well. A lot of people want to see Kaido come back. Where's Kaido? When's Kaido coming back? But a track that I've asked for a lot is one that you might not expect coming from a drifter, but it makes a whole lot of sense. Is Sunset Peninsula, or Nissan Speedway, Sunset East, Sunset Club, whatever name you know it under. Doesn't look like we're getting that back anytime soon, as we've not seen it in any of the Xbox One Forza games. Due to the beauty of modding, and I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to my friend Tony, TUS Speeds. Please go follow him on Instagram. Check his Instagram out. That's where the mod link for this track is TUS_26B_speedxs. I'll put all the links in the description that you'll want. He is in the process, it's a work in progress, of remaking the Sunset Peninsula track from the older Forza games. And normally I like to jump out in these videos and show you the track for the first time and me driving it for the first time. I've been driving the piss out of this track, and we will be driving the piss out of this track Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. August 22nd. I'm doing a big thing over on my Twitch channel. The thing probably just popped out. I'm doing a big thing over my Twitch channel for my 10th anniversary on YouTube. We're going to be doing 2 hours of this track, Limbo, both configurations, and I'm going to show you in this video kind of what he did with the track and what still needs to be kind of worked on. But keep in mind, it is a work in progress, and I'm really stoked for it. We're using the WDT Skyline R34 just to kind of change it up. I made a little bit of changes from our last video. I added a handbrake thing. If you look down, that little yellow bar is handbrake. And I worked on some video settings to make it look a little bit better. But here we go. Honestly, never thought I'd be driving this track again, let alone in this game, let alone with a wheel and everything. But as you can see, it is absolutely Sunset Peninsula back again. This is the club circuit we're doing right now. There's no AI and there's no like barriers. Like I said, work in progress. It's really just made for solo or lapping with your friends. I don't even know if there's a start line yet, but for those who are drifting back on the Forza 2 days, when I turn around, this is going to look very familiar to you. This was the first section that I ever saw competitive drifting online in. Good old Blackjack Landon Williams. My man Squeeze86. Running tournaments here from FMDA way back in the day. This is a pretty high-powered track, unfortunately, so for those who are in the super street style, I don't know if you're going to be able to have fun here. But the next track I have lined up to do in this little... Oh, that's a wall. The next track I have lined up to do in this little series of tracks that I'm drifting from different video games. I think you guys are going to like, those who don't like high-power stuff. I just like, I don't know, I don't want to worry about horsepower and if the car is going to stretch the corners and... But as you know, coming into that wall was where we used to all play Limbo. Limbo being you have one guy parked and you have to get through between him and the wall, but you can also go to the full track. And something that I found is that you can basically just run this infield section without having to go to the oval. I mean, the oval's fun, but the transition from the oval, we'll go through it after, the transition from the oval to the track is not as smooth as it could be. Which is no fault to Speed, no fault to the modder, but it's just how it's always been. And Assetto Corsa does not like it. Right out to that wall. I missed the flick. And then you come back over, and instead of going right to go where the track is, you go left, stay on this little lattice work thing, so you're not disturbing anybody who wants to run the club layout. And then you could just run the west section until your tires are screaming in pain. Which my rear tires are already upset with me. So many big entry tournaments that I used to not do very well at on this corner, both directions. But this is a track that I told everybody in Forza was the best to try to learn on, and I still stand by that. Maybe not so much in Assetto Corsa because it is so fast. This is always a hard stretch because the street's just a little bit too long. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to do this with 300 or 400 horsepower cars or your easier mod packs or whatever, but It's still fun. There's no cameras as well, but I have a workaround for that. The chase cam mod that we're going to use. But I'm so stoked that this track is back. Like, it's always been one of my favorites, and I figure, oh, like, when, oh, shoot. But you see how, like, the bank is very, like, it's not nice. It's not a nice bank. Not a nice, smooth transition to the road course. So I'll show you what happens when you're trying to drift down. I also don't have any visual markers. There's no wall there like there was anymore. You're like, oh, well, I'm getting close to the wall. Time to enter. Just doesn't exist. So you see that little axis. Oh, my God. Too much foot brake. Here we go. Actually, that wasn't too bad. Normally when I do it, it's like a big bounce. Like the car slams down into the track and bounces up. I got lucky there. Definitely difficult though, because there's, like I said, not a whole lot of visual markers. So if you're trying to spy a spot, it is tricky. Even coming onto the bank, I just grip straight away. See if I can get a bit better of an entry here. But I'm surprised we don't have more Forza tracks in Assetto Corsa. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. And again, if any of you guys have suggestions for this series, again, I have my next video lined up already, but... Oh, that was fine. Okay. I guess it was just the car I was using. I haven't done that in the WDT car yet. Oh my God, this is fun. I haven't even driven this track with other people yet, and it's just been a blast. You can, like I said, you could do the club section forwards and backwards. It's fun both ways on that game. And if you don't want to do the club section, you can do the west section, just completely independent of the club section. I was streaming this last night. I stream, we do open lobby Assetto tandems and drifting every Tuesday, but normally I do an hour or two just to kind of get warmed up and have some fun and maybe try some mod packs I haven't tried before. Do I have a 6 gear? Yes. And I was doing this for like 2.5 hours. Same car, same track, just making little setup adjustments. We're doing about 170. Can I do one? Nice. 160, nice. Keep it all on the track. I didn't want to go to third. It worked out, though. Up to fourth. We'll do the full track. That's the cleanest I've ever done that. Normally when I'm recording something, I can't drive to save my life, but can I get to the wall here? No, I'm not gonna. I'll give a little bit. There's the will it roll curb. Shout out to Fail Race. And then right when these markers start on the right. Okay. Okay, Keenan. Okay, Aero, we're driving good today. I was in this car at this track yesterday, and I couldn't do it to save my... Oh, we're going to roll on the wall. Nope, we're fine. Oh, my good lord. Am I going to have the line right? Late apex? A little bit too late. Didn't quite get in there. A little bit of the curb just to kind of keep the car going. Oh, yeah, our tires are mad. I think 170 mile an hour, 169 mile an hour entry gets your tires a little bit upset. I'm really starting to get my eye in on this now. So now down to fourth. That's what I wanted. Oh, nope. How did I not spin? That was a spin all day. But see what I mean? Like, it's a fast track, but... Let me grab some new tires here. It's a fast track. It's still a lot to learn both ways, right? So I'll walk you guys through the competition section going the other way, but this way is also fun. So there's your limbo. Basically, you have to put your car between that white line and the wall. That's where it starts getting real. And then you have this section here, which again is fun going this way, but the competition section going the other way, I still don't know. Obviously, you know, Assetto Corsa versus Forza 4, which is, I believe, the last game this track was featured in. Actually, yeah, that's cute. You can see the usual suspects banners on the left. And shout out to Speeds for the mod. He said he's working on something else next. He's got some car mods and stuff coming up, but normally you would 50 roll to, I believe, the Arai sign, so you do 50 to about here, and then you'd be entering about where the roof... I pointed, like you guys can see me. But you'd enter about where the roof, or rough, however you pronounce it, however you like to pronounce it, billboard is. But it's just a little bit too early for me. So I'm still trying to figure out where to enter here. Oh, this is bad. But inner clip there. You have a double apex, but you gotta start tracking out wide, hit the back of your car right about where that curve on the right starts, and then immediately over with that curve, that's another clipping point. Clip point right where that curve starts on the right. Another clipping point right there. No, there's none on the outside, but if you can go out wide, it makes it look cool. I fucked it up. And then hit the curb on the inside, and then out, touch the wall, and that's your section. So there's a lot going on. It's very technical. And I know what you're saying. Why aero? Why would you try to tell someone who is getting into drifting or getting into competitive drifting? Like I said, I don't know how viable this track is to learn on in Assetto, but because you have so many other options. But in Forza, you had a little bit of everything. You had outer clips, you had outer zones, you had inner clips, and there was always somewhere that you need to look to put your car. But it's also a flat track, and I know like that's kind of boring to some people, and some people may not like that, but with the track being flat, you don't have to worry about your suspension compressing and decompressing and changing the way the car feels, because that adds a whole layer of difficulty to it, right? So if you're going uphill or downhill, the car is going to behave a little bit differently, especially in a controller where you can't feel that as much as you can with a wheel. It's nice to be able to have that out. Let's see if I can get a little bit of steez here. Oh no. Oh, we are off the track. See, work in progress. This track is definitely rough around the edges. You see like a lot of it doesn't look super visually stunning. It looks better than it did in any Forza game, but we haven't seen this since 2011 probably. Being big speed, full throttle, you start lifting a little. Oh, I'm off the track. You start lifting a little bit just to get the transition. I missed the outside. See, it's technical. The only part I don't quite remember is here. I don't remember if there was an out in out, or if it was just two inners and you want to get to about mid-track. But that's things you can solve with modding. You can put down clipping points. You can put down K-rails and walls. I can't wait to see this track if it gets used in a competitive setting. But even if it doesn't, like I said, one of the coolest things about it is that because it's a work in progress, you don't have the layouts. The track is just open. So if you and your friends want to run the club layout, that's cool. But if I get bored and want to do this much faster, less, in my opinion, less tandem friendly West course. Oh, I went way too fast. Oh, we got there. There's like 3 or 4 sections on this track alone that I remember. All with their own vibe to them. Again, if you just drag this wall, hit the tire barrier. Keenan, you're a fucking genius. So, in theory, if you want to run the big track, it can absolutely coexist from the small track. The only bummer is that the small track, we'll say, doesn't loop. But, there are ways, I'm sure, but it never looped in the original game, so it's just like kind of a bummer in terms of what it means in general. Bring it onto the wall here, to the window. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. This is my preferred way of doing this. Oh shit, we gripped up. Oh, okay, we're fine. This is my preferred way of going. Just this direction, because this wall is so fun to run. And then, like I said, just kind of keep the car tight. Oh shit, I went way too tight. I used up all my good driving points in the first half of the video. But you can also do it in revoice, and there's another competitive section, old competitive section right here. This is one I think you could use as well. Nice straight start, tons of speed, and then flick entry. It reminds me of Texas a little bit. I'm too fast, but it's fine. But inner there, quick inner, then you got to bring it all the way out to this wall. And then this is a opening radius corner now, so a little bit of curb. Careful of the wall, like me, I hit it. I definitely just fucking used all my skill, of which there is not a lot in the first half of the video, and I'm sorry. I'm also going to show you guys like what it looks like from out of the car. I'll show you a lap of the full track, a lap of the short track. There's also a drag strip that you could probably put here. This is more for like, please have this track back in Forza 8 type thing. When you come in with big speed. Like, it's just such a sandbox. And it's such a simple track. Like, who would have thought, And then another big flick. And then out. Oh, shit. I messed it up. It's okay. We straightened out, but we didn't die. And let the rear come to the wall. That's a bit too hard. And then even this way is fun, too. Same kind of idea. It's very fast. You go to the wall there, which I missed because I forgot where I was going. And then... right around the tires. And again, you're completely independent from that club circuit. So if you're running in a server or driving with some friends or whatever, you're not getting in each other's way. Tires are getting a little bit mad now. Come in with a little bit more speed. Get up to the wall. I didn't quite get the interclip though. And then again, keep it. Oh, I went a little bit wide, but we'll be able to get this wall on the left. There's so much you can do with this track, and it's so fun, and it is just as good as I remember it. And I'm still in the camp. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm still in the camp to this day that this track is a lot more fun than, to me, than Fujimi Kaido ever was. It's spread out, it's wide, it's easy for beginners, it's fun to do if you know what you're doing. People aren't running over each other every 10 seconds. It's a blast. And again, the link to Speed's Instagram will be in the description. If for whatever reason he takes the link down, I'll make sure the link for the track is in the description. The link to the cars, the WDT pack as well, will be in the description. And I'm going to show you guys some replays, but that's it for me when speaking. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. I hope to see you on Saturday if you're seeing this before August 22nd. I love you. Thank you for 10 awesome years, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.